Hello folks and welcome back to City Bus Manager. We are here picking up from where we left off last time, which is basically waiting on our buses to return to do stuff. It is late at night, even though it shows that the sun is up. We still have this cool little graphic. I really dig like this little detail of that going on there. We can see our buses are coming back. They look beautiful, and we can choose to clean them or wash them if they need it. And as you click on each bus, it gives you different stats of what's going on with it based off its previous ride, which is pretty cool. I should mention, which I didn't in my last video, that I do have the DLC for this, which allows for the battery-powered buses. I'm not making any statements with that. Battery buses sound cool, so I wanted to make battery buses. And your choices on those are much more limited. You can see there's all kinds of small buses that cost next to nothing, like $8,800 for anything that moves is incredibly cheap, but we have it. And we're gonna jump time, which is an awesome thing, but you will notice if the game is doing anything at all, you are not able to time jump. So if I were to clean these buses, if I had somebody going and washing them, if I had anybody doing anything at all with the buses, the game would not be able to skip time. And now because we have buses serving routes out here, you can see there's one there and one over there. They are not able to do anything at all. We do have something in our inbox. So Brookmont, what are they saying? We got a penalty for our delay. Oops. Okay. We'll deal with that down the road, I guess. We're going to add some more chargers here. And one thing this game does let you do is if you're building anything, it lets you build it regardless of your budget. But if you're buying things, you can't do it. You have to have the money to be able to afford to buy the stuff. Clicking on our finances here, we can take a look. Yesterday we made $1,200 in basically ticket sales, but we got subsidized 119%, and then we get an environmental award, which says that we get 25% of the earnings of our buses. Cool. So we did make a profit yesterday, even though we're negative money now. We did make a profit, but we're in the hole right off the start of the day. I'm not sure why that is, because most of this stuff grows as the day goes on, but whatever. We can look at our investments to see what we spent. Oh, that's where we spent. We spent $86,000 on construction, almost $96,000 on buses, and then we spent $5,000 on bus stops. Tickets, you can set your ticket pricings, all this, for either short distance, single ticket, daily ticket, or weekly ticket. I'm leaving them as is, because as the game grows, you don't want to be on the high or low end. Sitting in the middle is probably a good idea. And then we have our loan area where we can go ahead and take out loans if we'd like to do various things for us. And you can go through and see the duration of the days and how long you have to pay it back. So this one's 49 days. It's a great interest rate of 1.6%. This one's over double, but you can see the daily payment is about the same, even though this one is more money, and that's because it's spread over 72 days instead of 49 days. So just some things to be kind of cognizant of when you're going through and playing this game. You want to make sure that we have all of that. One of the other areas I'll give a lot of credence to, if you're brand new playing this game, make sure this service area has at least 2 people in it at all times when it is open. Your bus routes are going to get more popular, they're going to do more things, and if you don't have people there to keep that happy, you're going to have some problems. And speaking of problems, we have a problem. We need a bus to come back here within the next 4.5-ish hours so we can assign it to the afternoon part of the route. But we did, as you can see, unlock a new bus, and if we go into our bus fleet and go to new buses, we can see that we have solo buses here. So we can filter down to that, and we have the 7900 electric, which fits 95 customers and costs $42,000, which is more than our negative $27 or $47 right now. So we're going to hope that a bus comes back. Otherwise, we're going to take out a loan and buy a new bus, and I guess we're going to need to have some new staff as well. But hopefully we can get a bus back in short order and be able to go. You can see that people are buying weekly tickets, and there are very few people who are negative on us. So we can assign this one to go back out. The battery has plenty of range for what we need to do, and the bus is clean. So we're not going to worry about that for right now. But this game is a lot and by a lot, I mean, it's a lot of micromanaging all of the buses. Until you get to a point where it automates that stuff, there's a lot of things to do there. And if I were to have a critique of this game, it would be that we can go through and automate stuff a little bit sooner. You can see if we have this bus being cleaned, and then we should have a mechanic. Here he goes. I think it's mechanic. It might be a driver. Come out and wash the bus. There we go. Back in, and it'll wash the bus. Clean, clean, clean. And then we can go back and charge it and do its thing. Under our route stats, we are made $3,300 on our bus route. And more interesting, you can kind of go through and scroll through and see, okay, the average delay, like this one, is 8 minutes delayed. We have some other ones here. So a few minutes, not a big deal, but when we're getting 8-10 minutes, that's a big deal. Unfortunately, if we wanted to edit the timetable, it's not set by us. So we cannot change that timetable at all. And we'll get into that stuff when we go through and make our own bus routes here in a little bit. But let's go through and get that bus cleaned up. Because if there's one thing I believe in, it is clean public transportation. And we need to make sure that our bus is clean inside and out to better serve our customers and make sure everything's there. We do have 2 ratings that are 3 stars each, which isn't bad, honestly, for a brand new bus route. We are doing our job, and we've just earned one of the things. So we need to carry 1,000 passengers, which we've done. That will disappear in a little bit, and then another one will go in there in its place. We need to get up to 17%. We are currently at 7.5%. That's going to require some additional buses, and we're going to keep all of that stuff if we do grow our bus route. It's going to be close to the vest, kind of staying in the DC area or the downtown DC area, because you can see there's lots of buildings, and as we zoom in, there are lots of points of interest. So it's not hard to build a popular, easy to access bus route in that. And there goes more micromanaging, just making sure we have the buses assigned to the different drivers and making sure all of that is in place. Speaking of drivers, let's go and hire some more. Just make sure we have all of that. We go friendliness, make sure we sort by that. And we'll hire some friendly drivers. Even if they're not the most skilled, they are friendly and they're ready to go. As I said, service center stuff is important. Down here you can see the waiting time. So on the bottom kind of left hand side, this guy's complaining about prices, and that's fine, you can do that. And then we have willingness of people to go on public transportation, which is not very high, unfortunately. Right now we do not have a bus that can run that shift, so we're going to hopefully allow time to pass, and that will be able to get a more capable bus in its place. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll show you how to get some cheap buses as well, because there are ways to get less expensive buses. But we can assign this bus here once it gets cleaned and inside and out. So you can see it's going to back in. It'll wash. That's fully clean bus now. And then our cleaner should come out and clean the bus up. So backs in. And then we should have somebody coming out here soon. Maybe. There they are. Hi, cleaner. And they're going to go in and clean up the bus. And once the bus is cleaned, then we can assign it to that route and be good to go. So we're making money. We're out of the negatives. We're up at $5,000. If we take a look at our stats here, it's made almost $4,500 or a little over $4,500 for us for the day. Happy with that. And we're in the afternoon. So the buses should be pretty packed right now. You can see live, it's carrying 16 of 50 people. I don't know why it did that little dance there. It seems unnecessary. I'm assuming it's one-way roads in DC. And I'm going to pause real quick by hitting the space bar. And we can take a look. Chesterbrook Montessori School. This is one thing that the enormous game files for this, as you download different regions and all that stuff, comes into play. That's a school in the map that we have right now. So in Washington, D.C., there is a Chesterbrook Montessori School. And if we answer that phone call, it's going to give us a little thing. They're going to Parkview Children's Pool on Wednesday, and we need a bus. We need to leave by 12 and be there for for 6 hours, and they're going to pay $3,100. Considering where we're at right now, we need to plan that route. And here's the thing. When you go in there, you can actually zoom in so we can see that that's the school, and we don't have to be, we can use one of somebody else's, and then click on this little blue button on the right hand side under requirements, and we can get to the children's pool like so, and then we can zoom out and see how far apart those things actually are, which I don't, where is it at? There it is. It's over here to over there. Okay, that's fine. We'll check that off. We'll have it do its return route, and we'll set that up. All right. That presents a problem to us, though, because we just opened up buses that we don't have. So we're going to go in and take out a loan. We're going to do this one because while it's a lot of money, it has a longer duration and less interest than this one from MetaBank. So Actor Bank. Cool, we accepted that. We'll go through and take that loan, and then we can add on. I like keeping the same fleet of buses if I can. And one thing we can do is we can look at used buses as well. Used buses are a really good way to save some money. So like this one is a significant portion off of the last bus. And then we can go through and we can offer over here. We can change the price that we're offering. So it does not have an air conditioner, which is fine. None of our buses do. Does not have a router, but you can see the cleanliness. It's a dirty bus. The tires and the brake pads both need to replace. So we're going to offer, let's say, $16,500, and they accepted our offer, which is awesome. One thing I need to do is, because I'm a psycho and I like to have all the buses look the same, we're going to go in the street and we need to have a paint shop set up here. So we're going to put that right there, and that's going to be able to repaint our buses, or the new bus that comes in. So you're going to see this new bus. Look at this thing. It's grimy and gross and terrible. You can see that it's stinky. There are literal flies coming out of the bus. Yeah, we need to fix that. So we're going to clean the inside, clean the outside, and we do need to repair it, but we don't have any repairable items. So we do have this beautiful warehouse right here that we can use to repair things, but we need to get some replacement parts. So we're going to get those now. We do not need engines because our buses don't have engines. We do need lights, so we're going to get 2 of those. We'll get some indicators, 2 of those. We'll get some wipers. We don't have air conditioners. We don't need batteries right now. We don't know what routers are for our buses. We'll get some brake pads, and we'll get some tires. We don't need oil, and we don't need V-belts, and we want those to be delivered immediately. And those are going to come to us in the form of drones. So there's going to be some drones that fly in here. There they are. See? Oh, it's just one drone. But you can see there is a drone right there. It's going to drop that package off. Oh, here come more. We're dropping off in very random locations. And then they'll put them in there. And then we can go through and repair this bus. Tires and brake pads. We just can't start the repair yet because those need to have numbers on them that are above 0. So hopefully these will go in there. They'll get placed into the racks. Oh, see, they're going on the racks inside the storeroom there. And then we have them in storage, so we'll be able to apply them to the bus itself. Hopefully soon. So we have all of that stuff in there. We can repair 1 and 2. We'll start that repair. And we also need to paint it. So once that repair is done, we'll go to paint, and we'll be able to paint that bus. And honestly, this one has 245,000 miles on it up here. I've never noticed a difference in, once you do all the repairs, it doesn't matter the mileage of the bus. I don't know if that's different between battery and gas ones, but I've played this game pretty much exclusively battery just because you get the environmental bonus and it's free money. And long term, it works out. Not in the short term, but in the long term, it works out. Our reviews today are not as stellar, so that's disappointing. Let's go ahead and click on paint for that bus, and then we'll have a driver or a mechanic come in and put it into the paint room. It's interesting that we can see all of the inside of all of the buildings except for the paint building. The paint building is totally separate from everything else. You can't see inside or get any idea of what's going on there. A little weird, but it's fine. And then we're going to load in our Red Moon rocket. And look at that. It's beautiful. We'll apply it for $200. And now we have this bus that comes out that looks brand spanking new and is able to transport our people there. Hey, thank you, Jesus. we have all of that set, and we've achieved our next goal there of selling 314 tickets. We do need to expand our bus network, which we will do, but there'll be more challenges that pop up over time here. So let's take a look at this bus. We need a wash and a clean, which is fine. It's also really low on range. It spent all day out in the wilderness of Washington, D.C., so it needs a little work. It's going to go through and get its stuff done. This bus, that bus is fine. No worries there. You can actually go through and change the license plates. So if I click on the edit button, I can actually change the license plate. I don't need to do that, but if I were a true neurotic, I would go through and edit all of the license plates of all of the buses to have some type of clever code, but I'm just not that clever. So we are spinning our wheels here, waiting for the night to progress, and we have 4 of our 5 buses in place. We have a bus tour that was successfully completed, which is worth just one trophy. You can see that expanding our bus network, which doesn't sound like it's going to be that big a deal, adds 6 trophies for us. And this bus here is good. So we're going to time jump here. We'll go forward. We're going to sign buses out. And, oh, we got the railway calling. What's the railway want? They have a disruption in service. We need 278 passengers per hour during rush hour. Sure, there's enough buses available. They'll pay $4 a passenger. Let's see, where are we going? We're connected to Columbia Heights. So I'm going to zoom in here just because oftentimes these are really hard to find. So we're going to Columbia Heights to this station to U Street. All right, then we'll zoom out. So I have 1, 2, and 3, and then it would be a close-up route. So it's going to take about... Okay. We'll confirm that. That seems reasonable. Now we're going to keep the game paused because we've made a decision, and we're going to need to have more availability for our decision. We're gonna get some more bus spots in there. We need to buy some new buses, and I think we're gonna go with solo buses. These fit 95 people, so if I can get 2 or 3 of those, so I'm gonna take out another loan. Sure. Let's see, can I get 3 of those? I'm not a big fan of these buses, but we'll do that. And load local templates. Oh, the templates are, I didn't realize this before. The templates are only per bus. So you can have different classifications of bus be for different things, which is cool, but also not. You should be able to have a master template here of buses that we want. And you can see that we need to now, we cannot hire more people because we need more office space. So that's why I left that little space there, because I knew that was going to happen. We can just go through. You don't actually need to do anything with the offices. You can see like that chair is going to stay there with all these people in their purple hair. It's fine. But we do need to make sure we get more staff as far as bus drivers go because we have more buses. Again, I'm just looking for green and the friendliness. Everything else is kind of secondary to that. If we go through here, I don't know where our new buses are. Oh, they need a medium parking space. Oops. Okay. So let's go through here and go to street, and we'll see how that all functions. So we've built street here and here. Can I put a medium space? There we go. Okay. We can get that to work. So medium, medium. And then what I'm going to do, up here at the top, you also have the ability to move stuff or delete things. For some reason, there's not a delete button down here. It's only when you're in the build menu. But these chargers are going to have to serve the buses that we just built. It's going to be something like that. And that looks good. So we just need to assign our buses. So we're going to assign 3 buses, which should be more than enough. And then this is route 1. We'll assign these other buses, and we should be good. The buses that we spent in there are, again, able to support 90 something people each, it should support what we have there for that flow, because it was under 300. And then we just have time that we have to wait and see what's going on. These buses should spread out, hopefully, because they're just a little too close right now for what I like to have. Like, this bus is making bank. The other two are not, because they're just not spending enough time at what they're at. So I'm going to go back here. We have to assign the next bus. Now we got some more ratings in. Yeah, you guys love me. See? We're okay. And then we get an environmental bonus as well. I should talk about that while we're waiting here to do things. If you go to outdoors, you have the option of adding trees and all this other stuff. And that adds to your environmental bonus, which I don't know, honestly, what that does in the game itself. But it allows me to do this, which I can just click, hold, and drag and do something like that. And now we have our bus depot being lined with trees. And when I go back into our ratings, now, well, it will go up that we have that. Buses could be a little more punctual, I agree. This group has finally spread out a little bit. In a perfect world, I'd have one at each spot, but whatever. We're okay. And we'll see how exactly we do with this as time continues on. This bus still right here is not being used, and that's by design, because that bus is for our Wednesday passengers a little later in the day. So let's go take a look at the used buses and see if we can get any used buses. We want electric buses only. So that one's interesting. We have 15. Let's bring that down to like that. Hey, we accepted our offer. Cool. All right, what problems do we have with this bus? We need new tires. We need lights. We'll start that repair. We're going to wash the outside. We're going to clean the inside. And we're going to paint it. And we'll see what the next round of this brings here. So where are you going? Are you going to get washed? Nope, you're going to get painted. There we go. Okay. Saving a template for the paint doesn't really make as much sense, or it's not as economical, or for users, it just doesn't work out so well if it's by bus and not by like color scheme. Thank you. Brookmont is very happy with us and our bus service, even though like you'll see that people come in and complain about ticket prices and the driving style of the bus drivers. But that will eventually get solved as our bus drivers kind of age up or glow up. They'll be able to do better stuff here. But you can see we got our buses. I'm really happy with that. If we go over into our area here, and I'm going to pause it real fast to look at our bus routes, you can see that we have our utilization of everything, which is cool. But there's no way to see it from here. If I were to go into this, I can just see how much money we're making, but not the utilization of the routes, which is slightly disappointing that we can't see some of the basic information that we need to have. What is cool though is now that we have enough buses, we can service some of these routes and pre-sign the buses to go out to those routes before the other buses come back. Because it's only 9 in the morning. Down here you can see that on the bottom left. It's only 9 in the morning, but we have to have some time to go through and kind of get people in and out of the buses. So there's a little extra time. Or it works to be able to assign buses. Here's our charter bus. We got that. Cool. And then we'll build this one. You can't drag. Everything else you can drag. Streets, no luck. But now I can go through and I can see that all of our buses look good. 93 miles of range, 93 miles of range. And this will be 93 by the end here once it charges up. We're going to clean and wash that bus. And hopefully we'll be able to sell a lot more tickets here shortly to gather more. And somehow we increase our bus network. I'm assuming it's just from this charter bus thing that we need to do. And we can't, at least last I checked, click on new route. We need at least 25 trophies to unlock that Reagan-Washington National Airport route, which is going to be lucrative. But we really need to get really lucrative. We need 500 trophies. And one of the things while we're kind of going through here, one of the things that this game needs desperately, as you can see this clock advancement, I'm on the absolute fastest speed, and that clock is crawling. It needs to go faster. If you've been watching any of my Roller Coaster Tycoon videos, you know that that goes a lot faster, the clock. When like we put it in the fastest mode, it moves. And that's fun. This game makes you wait for the payoff, which I appreciate a little bit, but also deeply despise. All right, so this is the other thing, you have to deal with staff. So we have a service request here so they can take a break. Desperately need a break. We're like in the second day of the operation of this company. I don't think you desperately need a break, but I'll give it to you because I'm that kind of guy. You can see there's lines here for all of the different, paint is, again, the paint one doesn't make any sense. You see there's a vending machine and people only use one item at a time. Same with toilets here. If there's only one toilet in this giant bathroom, you're gonna have a line of people waiting to use it. But if you provide multiple toilets, even if it's sitting right next to each other, we're cool. All right, we need to make sure we assign another bus here to that one. And that also needs to be cleaned very badly. And let's see, the service is supposed to start at 13:20, so we should have a driver heading out there shortly. Come on, driver. Go, go, go. There we go. All right, that driver's getting out of there, I think. Oh, nope, that was for a different bus. There they go. And we're going to assign another bus driver to that one. And then we're going to wait a little bit until that bus gets out of there. And then we're going to assign another bus driver to that one. Again, that bus, ooh, look at, see, they turned red. They are not happy with us. 136 people at that one. That bus is full, and there's another spot down here that has 210 people at it. Oops. Alright, we finished another thing. Oh, the disruption's now solved. We've been credited $11,000. Go us. But what's cool about that now is that we have 3 new buses that we took out loans for that we can do stuff with. So those buses are coming back to us. They're relatively clean and ready to roll. And this is the micromanaging part of this. When we get a lot more buses, it's going to be a lot more work to get all of this kind of set. But that's okay. Come nighttime now, if we take a look at our routes and we go over to utilization, Route 1's not used a whole lot. So I want to make a new route. And we can't do that yet, so we're going to make our own. And we're just going to do like this downtown core area, I think. So we're going to start off right there. And where do we want to go? Actually, let's start off going north. So we go that way to... Oh, that's not good. We don't want to do that. There we go. That's better. I'm going to shoot them over there. Come up there. And I'm just trying to cover all of the possible bases for this. And you have to pay attention to which way the road goes because it's a thing in this game. If you're on the wrong side of the road, or it thinks you're on the wrong side of the road, even though you might not be, you can increase the bus length significantly and go in all kinds of random, strange directions. So try to, if you can, see like there's 2 sides. Make sure on the correct side of the road for your country, because it actually does keep track of that stuff, which is kind of cool and also super annoying. So we're gonna go back here. You can see we have over 6,000 buildings and over almost 1,000 points of interest connected to each other. I'm going to connect it back to the original one. We'll set that up, and then we can set our times here. So I think around 6:30 is when that bus needs to leave. And then coming home, We'll set it to 1930. Cool. And we'll confirm that. We have a bus that needs to go out. Route 3 is the one that we're currently assigned to. So we're going to send out 2 of our higher capacity buses because it is rush hour. And we'll see how we do. I love these little chairs in front of this. This looks like they're in detention. Like, look at them. So they're not stressed at all as they sit down. Does the stress go down as they're standing up? It's fine. Is one of them stressed? Are you stressed? No, it doesn't matter. I just want to, let's see. How are you? You don't care about anything in the world. You're not stressed in the slightest. How about purple head? What are you? You're not stressed either. My goodness. You guys are just sitting in this blank room doing nothing. I love it and I hate it at the same time. It's very entertaining to watch, but it's just like, come on, guys. Do some things. Alright, we got another rating there. I don't know what we did. Oh, we increased our bus network to cover 17%. So we got a little bonus and we got some points. So we just need to... We're going to be real close to where we need to be here. We need to get up to 4.8 stars. Or, excuse me, 2.8 stars to get another 5 points there. And judging by our newest things, we're not going to get there. Oh. Should get a grip on its processes. What does that even mean? Oh, one thing. You can see our environmental bonus did go up, which is good. Our carbon footprint. We have our e-buses. We don't have any self-produced electricity. It gives you options for photovoltaic cells and also ones that go over the bus parking spots. We do have a high number of plants on premises. And nothing is done with the green plan because we haven't gotten enough there to order that yet. Oh, oops. I didn't give them a bus big enough to be able to accommodate all of the people they wanted to take. Oops. I'm sorry, people. I don't think that school is ever going to contact us again for anything that needs to be done transportation service-wise, but I don't feel that bad about it. Utilization, we're doing all right. Route 3, which is the route that we just opened up right here, it's doing, or the utilization was higher, but it's also in a much more dense area. So when the morning comes and we're looking for what we need to do to get additional buses, we need to make sure that we give higher capacity buses to Route 3 and not Route 1. Oh, and we got enough to get a new research unlocked, so we can do more e-solo buses, and we can also get air conditioning on our buses. All right, so let's see what we do with that. See if that helps increase our points here. Oh, we did get that up. Okay, so there we go. Thank you, Charlotte Martin and Evelyn Morneau. Let's take a look here. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Okay, so we have our 25 now. If we go out and want to create a new route, we can see the Ronald Reagan one is there. Reagan is down over here. It's right near the Pentagon, which is right there. And it's going to want to do what? Connect to a ferry. I have no idea where the ferries are at. They're somewhere next to this blue area, but I don't know where they're at. And we need to connect those two together. That's going to be a problem for another time because I think we've done all the things we need to do for this round of what we're looking at. But next time, we're going to take a look at connecting airports to ferries and expanding our bus fleet, hopefully, to accommodate more buses. Because if we take a look at our buses here, we have 9 total buses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of our buses out, and we have research we can do, which I'm not going to worry about the solo buses. There's another one, which is better food for our employees. What does that do? It increases their friendliness, so of course we're going to do that because it doesn't cost us anything. And that is one of the interesting things about this game is some of the research costs money and you have to have the the points to do it. And other stuff costs you nothing, but you get benefits just by growing and doing better. So that's going to leave us off here for this episode of City Bus Manager. We'll be back next time and we'll figure out what we're doing and hopefully we'll visit an airport. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.